I'll be showing you guys a brief tutorial of my new gaming setup and the new gaming equipment that I've just got. And all of this is courtesy of Shuffle PCs or Shuffle personal computers. You can check them online. You can just go to Google and just type Shuffle PC. Then the first link that you get, you'll be able to click on it. And that should directly take you to his channel. And that will give you a brief heads up. Not a brief heads up, but that will just take you to his channel directly. So yeah, so that's what's happening. So I just want to show you some of the equipment that I'm using, and it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be using my laptop to read the chat and to read the comments. I was streaming a bit, but I wasn't able to add the camera to the Streamlabs mobile app, but I've been able to do it. That was the only thing that was hindering me from streaming. And yeah, let's get straight into it. We can see my old streaming setup. This was the one I was using. It's a gaming laptop, the Asus ROG Strix GL73VD. That is the model. It was an Intel Core i7-7700HQ, and then it had the Energy Saver Star, and the graphics card was NVIDIA GTX 1050. The keyboard was an RGB keyboard, but I turned off the lighting, but I can just be able to turn it on for the purposes of this video. So I can just go to you're gonna hear a lot of notifications from my phone, so I'm gonna open the ROG AutoCore app and we're going to see. I set the color to black, but we're going to change the color and we're going to apply, and we're going to wait for the keyboard to change colors. So I chose yellow, choose OK. We're gonna wait for the keyboard. It's going to start calibrating, and then the keyboard will start lighting up immediately on the screen here. So let me go to apply this one. You can see the keyboard has already started lighting up, which is indeed proof that it is indeed an RGB keyboard. The Asus AutoCore app, or the ROG AutoCore app, is used to control the lighting between your various devices, your keyboard and all other Asus supported devices that have RGB, including Asus keyboards. So I'm just gonna log into my Twitch app. It's gonna send me a code on my email that I'm going to input. So I'm not gonna be showing that part on stream. This is the into the parts list that I had given him, and I can tell you that the work he's done is very good, and I believe that you're not going to have any problems. So I've been given my Twitch code. So let me just write it. So there we go. Twitch has authenticated my code. So let me just go to WhatsApp and tell the people I'm live now. The people who were saying I'm not live. So I'm just going to tell them that I am live now. And so that they can come and tune in and watch the unboxing of my new gaming and streaming setup that I'll be using. So I'm just typing the message to them. So there we go. So now we can get into the nitty and gritty parts that people are tuned in to see. That's what people want, and that's what has brought people here. The nitty and gritty parts of the stream. So let's get into those nitty and gritty parts. So first, I'm going to start with the basic peripherals. So this is my Red Dragon keyboard. It's an RGB keyboard. You can't see the name Red Dragon clearly, even if I try to focus, but it's indeed an RGB keyboard. I can show you its RGB functions. The cable is long enough to plug directly into my laptop. So this, I've had my laptop for I think 3 years now before upgrading to this new gaming setup. So I'm going to just plug it in. You can hear the beep on my laptop, and you can see that this is the keyboard I'll be using from now henceforth. I'll just be using my laptop now to watch movies and series, but this is the keyboard, the Red Dragon S101BA2 combo. That is everything that comes along with it. With that combo, you get your free Red Dragon gaming headset right over here. And then the microphone that I normally use when streaming is this one, the toner condenser microphone that I got from Amazon for $13. I've also had this for 3 years because I've been streaming for 3 years. So the S101 keyboard set is what I got recently. The controller that I use when playing my games is the Xbox 360 controller for Windows. That is it. Put that aside. And then the mouse as well. It's an RGB mouse, and it came with the Red Dragon set. Just a minute. Gunnarball, thank you for tuning into the stream. So now you can see the mouse is lighting up. It is the Red Dragon mouse that I got with the set. So we are done with the peripherals part, I believe. So the peripherals are normally not that many. And then the monitor, you can see I'm using the AOC 165 Hertz gaming monitor, and it is 1500R, and it is a curved gaming monitor, and it is 27 inches, and you can customize it according to the height that you want. So right now if you look at the monitor, I can raise it until a specific height that I want, and then I can also lower the monitor to a specific height that I want. And then now we want to get into the big boy himself, the what has brought us here, the big boy himself, my full-fledged gaming. And then we also have the elongated mousepad. I normally like the long mousepads. This is a mousepad by Cliptech. Cliptech also make very nice mechanical gaming keyboards and mouse. They also make very good gaming equipment, so you can check them out, I think at cliptech.com, but I'm not too sure about that. But now, Gunnarball, you're saying nice keyboard. Thank you very much, sir. Now we want to get into the nitty and gritty parts of today's video, like what has really brought us here. Now this is what I'll be unboxing. This is my gaming PC that is inside here now. That's what I want to start unboxing. Oh, Gunnarball, you're saying I need one of those mouse pads. Even here in Kenya, it took me a while. I struggled before I could get a really big mouse pad. I was just lucky to stumble upon one that was being sold for $25. That's around 2,500 Kenyan shillings. I was really lucky to stumble upon this one, because I've been really looking for a large mouse pad, and this is what I got. So we're gonna have some peripherals. You're saying, oh nice, thank you. So whatever we have here is the motherboard that is inside the case. This is the MSI mag B550M motor Wi-Fi motherboard, and it's a Ryzen supported motherboard. And the CPU that is inside my rig is a Ryzen 5 5600. And yeah, and then when we open this box, it comes with a list of cables that Shuffle gave me along with to use for other items as well. So I want to open here. So here he gave me the parts that came with the case. This is for your audio jack, your audio splitter, and extra screws if you want to add anything else to your case. So I'm just going to unbox this. You can see it has the name of the case. By the way, the case of my build is the NZXT510 case. It's a white case, so there's already a spoiler in the video. The case is white. So inside the box, I've just dropped a ton shit of stuff. So you have this is the NZXT. So we have, this is the NZXT. We have the instruction manuals and how to use it. These are the extra screws that came along with the case. There are lots of extra screws and some zip ties for cable management. You can see the zip ties all over the table. And then here's your audio splitter. It's written NZXT just as the case. I don't know if I can try to focus. My phone's camera doesn't seem to be that clear. I'm trying to focus the image, but it's written NZXT. So you have some power connection cables here that will go to the motherboard. I don't know what they're used for, because this is my first time ever building a rig. And not that I built the rig myself, somebody has helped me assemble the rig. And then there are more screws over here. And then I think that is it for what comes in the small box. The RAM that I got was T-Force DDR4 16GB RAM, and it is RGB RAM. And then I think that's it for what was coming in this small case. So just 1 minute as I put the items back. The zip ties just flew out of the bag like as if they were ready. They were ready to fly out. It's like they were obligated to fly out. Looks like Shuffle gave me a load of zip ties. Whoa, I was given 10 zip ties. That is one too many zip ties. But I don't think I'll be using those many cables. But I think that is one too many zip ties. There are 10 of them. I've just counted to be precise, just to make sure you've not left anything out. So I've put everything inside here properly, and then we put it back in the box. We're putting it back in the box, and then we're going to close this box. I just want to make sure that I align the parts of this box together so that I can close it well. that is it for this particular box. The next box I'm gonna be unboxing is this one. This is the extension cable that Shuffle Personal Computers gave me, and it has a surge protector. Surge protectors are normally good from protecting your devices from a short circuit. So we're gonna open it up. So from the box, it's called a surge arrest surge protector, and it's I think it's this is UK style socket extension cable. So we take it out of the paper. So it has the UK style type of holes. Then you can also power your mobile phone from here. You can see it has the LAN ports for your phone. You can see that it has that. So, and I think it comes with an instruction manual, and you have the LAN cable for turning on your phone right over there. So I think that's it for the extension cable. Next, what we're going for is the power supply that was used. This is the EVGA 750GA. This is 750 watts power supply, and we're going to open up this box. I don't know why the streamer just hung on my phone, but I'm trying to get the stream to reconnect back, but it looks like it has hung a bit on my phone. So I'm opening the box with the power down that where the power supply was placed. It's still lagging as well, so Gunnable, you're asking how much did you invest in this new stuff? So the price for the desktop was 142,300 Kenyan shillings, and the price for the graphics card was 40,000 Kenyan shillings. That is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, and that is the 6 GB model. And I think right now the exchange rate is a dollar is going for 109 Kenyan shillings. I think that's the exchange rate for now. So we're just looking at the things that in the box. We have the power cable for the system itself, and then we have lots of other cables here for upgradability. Yeah, you're saying Gucci, you're saying your stream is frozen. Yeah, I can see that my stream is frozen. Let me restart it.
Ikasha hiyo ya chini. Hiyo big pump, kiwasha big pump.
So I was opening the box with the power supply unit. That is over here. I mean the box where the power supply unit was. This is the EVGA 750 GA. It's a 750 watt power supply, and over here it has been rated as gold. Yeah, the PC actually came in time. I thought I was actually going to wait for a pretty long time at Gooch, but I've not waited for so long. It took less than 2 months for everything to arrive, and Shuffle was able to assemble it quick. So inside here, I was showing you, we have the power cable for the desktop itself, and then we have a few other power supply connectors for upgradability. And then you have several SATA cables for if you want to put in a hard drive into your system. So like there's several power connectors inside here, and most of them are SATA connectors for hard drives. For that is upgradability if you want to add hard drives. And yeah, you can just see most of them are SATA adapters, and they're universal. I have my 2 terabyte hard drive that I'll be installing, but I'm not sure when. So my camera has frozen again. I don't know what could be the reason. My camera is frozen again, so I don't know what could be the reason behind it. So my camera was frozen for a bit, so I don't know what's the reason behind it, but I think it's back now. Yeah, it's back. I think the phone is just getting a little bit too hot. That's why it's overheating a bit. So that is everything that entails to the components. Now we get into the PC in itself. So I want to unravel the PC. So I'm opening the sellotape. Over here. So that is the sellotape at that point is out. So we have the PC inside the box. So you can see that what is inside over here is something very nice, something very magnificent, and something very wonderful. I'm going to organize the table so that I can be able to fit the desktop over there. So I'm just going to do some few cable arrangement. So right now I just want to flip my camera. I hope you guys can be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm putting the box face down so that I can be able to lift the PC. So now, after removing the PC from the box, we just flip it a bit and remove these pieces of foam that came with it for protection. And then also for the other side, I want to be very careful with the tempered glass. So we're going to put the foam back in the box, and then we remove the piece of nylon paper or polythene paper. It's not nylon, it's polythene actually. removing the piece of polythene paper from the PC itself. So now I want to have a look at. So this is the build itself. I hope you can be able to see the build, the PC, and the components that are inside of the components that came with it. So that's what's going to be happening. And yeah, right now we want to put this tower on the table, and we want to power it up, and we want to get the internal components running, and we can see how the device fares on and the performance of the device as I boot it up for the first time. So I'm going to just get the PC slowly, flip it down on its side. So as you can see over here at the top, we have the controls. You have your power button, you have your normal USB port, you have your jack pin for sound, and you have your USB type C. And then you want to just flip it a bit. You just want to be careful with all the components, as we do not want to damage the newly built PC. So right now we come to the bottom. You can see we have our I/O shield over here. So you have your HDMI for display, you have your other display port. So you have your HDMI port and you have your display port, so you can use either one. At least my monitor supports both HDMI and the other display cables, so I can use whichever I feel like. And then you can see we have our Ethernet port right over there, and then we have around 4 normal USB ports, and then we have the USB 3.0 port over here, and then you have your USB type C, and then over here you have other video options. So you can use this one, or you can use the HDMI that is going directly to your video card. And then here are expansion slots for if you want to add a hard drive or another video card or another graphics card. You can as well go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to be putting the case on the desk itself. So I'm just going to remove what we're not using now. This is the keyboard and mouse. They are going to be used later in the video. So I just want to get this mess of cables out of the table so that we can be able to put our desktop right on the table. So we're removing the keyboard, the mouse, and the cable for the headset. The microphone is just going to remain where it is, as it is clamped to the table, and I don't want to start unscrewing it at this point in time. So that's my phone. I just fell down a bit, so just bear with me. I'm going to put my Red Dragon sticker that I got for free with my S101 set on my desktop. So right now I want to carry the desktop and put it standing. So now you guys can be able to see and get a good look at the desktop and a good glimpse of the desktop. So just have a look at it. Right now nothing has been turned on or nothing has been powered on in this particular device, and we're just going to do that in a short while. So you can see, let me get my chair so that I can sit down and show you guys the parts properly. So you can see how the PC looks like. The case is white and the T510 case, and you can see here it's tempered glass. You've been told, caution, tempered glass, handled with care. There we go, I've been able to focus. You can see inside is the NVIDIA GeForce 1660 Ti graphics card. It's a single fan model. The RAM is, I already mentioned the RAM, it's RGB RAM. We have two cooling fans, and then we have the power supply cooling fan, that is one, and all the three fans are RGB, and we're going to be seeing that in a bit as we also get display from our monitor. And yeah, so we just right now want to connect it to the power so that we can get and see the RGB features of it. So right now I just want to get the power cables so that I can be able to connect it to the power and see how everything fares on. So that is the NVIDIA GeForce 1660 Ti with ray tracing, the 6GB variant. That is the GPU that I am going to be using in my rig. So I just want to get some power cables, then we can connect our system. So we have this one. This is the Chinese style power plug, so you're going to need an external adapter for this. You're going to need your multi-plug. Shuffle was kind enough to give me a free multi-plug, so you just rip it out of the piece of paper, and then your multi-plug just clips right in. So you see, your multi-plug just clips right in, and that is all good. So this is going to be for the monitor. For the tower, I'm going to be using this one, the UK style type of plug. It doesn't require the Chinese, it doesn't require the universal plug. So this is what I'm going to be using for the desktop itself. So I'm going to start by turning on the monitor. No wait, I'm gonna turn on the PC first, then I'm going to turn on the monitor. So turn on the socket, and then I get the new extension cable, the one that comes with a surge protector. It's always good to use extension cables that come with a surge protector. That way you are ensured even if there's a power outage, your devices are not going to short circuit. So that's one advantage. Shuffle was also kind enough to give me one, so that was really good of him. So there are lots of beeps, that is just notifications from my mobile phone. I'm getting so many messages from different groups and also Discord as well. There are lots of Discord groups. That's why you can hear the phone beeping all the time. The various beeps. So this one, it's not long enough, but you can adjust it. You can see this type of, you can twist it towards the direction that you want. So this way fully, or this way fully. I'm gonna put it this way, then I'll just plug it into the socket. it's not going to be it's not going to be an extension cable that is very long, but at least it will be able to reach where the devices are. No, this one is not long enough. It's not long enough extension cable, so I'm just going to use the previous one, the one I removed from there. So I think I'll just get an extension to this. So I'll just get the previous extension that I was using because that one was quite long enough and it will get the job done. So it is an extension cord that is long enough. So right now we want to power the devices. So I'm gonna get the one that is going to go into the CPU, into the desktop itself, that is this one. Then I'm gonna get the other one that is going to go into the monitor, so I want to put in the desktop cable. With this extension that I have, you need to really press in for your device to lock, or else you feel as if your device is not actually locking. And then you want to plug in the power cable, and we see and then we turn it on, and then so there's normally a switch at the back of the power supply unit. That's what you need to turn on in order for your device to turn on. There are two of them. So the big one is for the main device for turning it on, and the small one is for this back fan that you can see here. That is the fan for the power supply unit for cooling it. So as you can see, I've turned all of them on. You can verify. And then to turn on the PC, we come over here and press the power button at the top that I showed you at the start of the video, and voila, you can behold the magnificent I just want to step aside. I think the streaming on my mobile is just making my phone just a little bit too hot, and that's what I think is causing the camera to lag out. But you can see how it looks. So you can see how everything looks. I know this has not been the best unboxing video anyone has ever watched, but I'm just trying to deliver the best content that I can with whatever that I have. So now you can see the PC, you can see all the RGB lighting, all the RGB effects. So if I'm able to turn off the lights in the room, you can now see the PC in its full glory, all the RGB lighting and everything. As I move closer to the machine, you can see the fan for the CPU cooler. I mean, not the CPU cooler, the power supply cooler. And then we have the two fans for the CPU cooler. And yeah, No, those are not the ones for the CPU cooler, but those are just cooling fans. So it has 3 cooling fans, and we're going to now we want to power on the monitor and get some display from the device, and I'm also going to plug in my keyboard so that we can be able to use it. So now I want to plug in my monitor's cable, so I want to move the power to the back so that I can be able to get some room to put my other stuff, that is to power on the monitor. You just want to be very careful, as this is something very delicate. You just want to be gentle with it. You do not want to break anything. I want to power on the monitor. Powering on the monitor, putting in the monitor cable, disconnected the cable for the device. So I'm going to replug it back in. This extension that I have, you have to keep on pushing the device in to ensure that you indeed get something out of it. So this is the monitor. I want to get it connected so that we can be able to get some display from it. So I want to get the monitor's power cord and plug it right in together with the HDMI cable that is going to be plugged right directly at the back of the graphics card. So now that has been plugged in, so I'm going to turn on my monitor. And I'm going to get my HDMI cable that is going to go all the way from the back of my PC all the way to my monitor. So I just want to get this HDMI cable connected at the back, and then I'm going to, you see my PC currently saying no signal because I've not plugged in any devices yet, so I want to turn it off first, and then I unplug the power cable from it. After unplugging the power cable, we now want to connect the HDMI cable, then we can be able to get some display from our device. So the front part is going to go to the back of the device, and then the one end is going to go into the monitor. So I want to use this part that looks like an L to go to the back, and then the straight part is going to go right directly at the top of the monitor. You don't want to rush or push anything. You want to be very gentle with your device, as this is glass and there are very high chances of it breaking, and it is tempered glass and you have been given a warning, be careful. So You just want to be as careful as possible when using this device. Nice, we've gotten our HDMI plugged in properly, and it is not bent or anything because it is the shape of an L, so it gives it easier room for maneuvering, and it's gonna go all the way at the back because it's a long cable, but not too far at the back. We don't want it straining. And then it's gonna go from the bottom of the table, so I should have done that first. So let me unplug it. I want to pass it from the bottom of the table, which will make it easier to connect it to the monitor, as that it will have enough space for it. So I just want to tilt the device and get plugged it in properly. Now while it's over here, I just want to pull the cable fully until you can see that it's well inserted, and then we push it through the same hole of the table, and then now from here is where we want to connect it to our monitor. So I want to get the monitor powered on, so we have the monitor right in place at the back. This is a 27-inch curved monitor, like I mentioned earlier in the video. And we want to put the monitor this way while we move the desktop slightly to the end of the table so that we can get more room for the monitor as we intend to turn it on. So we just make sure that it's not too far back at the edge, but it's just right where we can be able to access it easily. And we have the monitor here. So now it is getting the HDMI cable and plugging it in directly to the monitor. So I'm going to have to turn it to the side that has the display. And then I look for the HDMI port. That is for using HDMI 1. Plug in. My phone's temps are really rising, so you can see we are indeed getting display from the monitor. It's showing us Windows 10 loading screen, or the Windows 10 screen. So now we want to get our devices and plug them in so that we can start using them as soon as possible. So I want to start with the keyboard. I just want to place the keyboard right over here on the table, and then it's gonna go all the way to the back. It's gonna get connected to one of the USB ports of the device. So I just want to be very and extra careful not to damage anything. Plus I'm also going to be plugging in my LAN cable, so I just want to be extra careful with everything that I'm using so as not to break anything. So you can see I'm getting a warning that my PC's battery is running low, and that's what I'm using to monitor the stream, so that's not a good sign. So I'll just look for one of the USB ports and I'll plug my keyboard in. And the keyboard has indeed responded. So now it's just to get the mouse in and we can start installing some apps. mouse is also in. We have the mouse cable in as well. And then want to get our LAN cable and we connect it to the LAN port of our device. I'm just trying to locate the LAN port so that I can be able to plug it. I think I have located it. Nice, nicely done. I have been able to plug in all my peripherals that I'll be using at the moment. So I want to get my laptop's charger and plug it in. That's what I'm using to follow the stream through. So we're almost coming to a close of the video. So I just want to allow my computer to use this network. The data we're going to transfer it later on to the SSD. We're just going to be installing some basic apps. The fact that it takes time for your device to actually get plugged in. I don't want to force it if it's not going in. Finally it has gone in after struggling so much time. Let's press the PlayStation messages app giving me my PlayStation notifications. And so we plug in our power source. So we can see that my laptop indeed has gone off. And that's what I was using to follow the stream. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the apps that I'm going to be using. That is Discord, Google Chrome, among others. So I'm just going to remove the peel from the device. And then I'm going to put it here as a sticker on 65 Hz gaming monitor. It's going to look good as a sticker for the desktop. So I'm just going to turn on the laptop once again while I just install the basic apps that I'll be using. The funny enough, so I'm going to change the mouse DPI settings first. Mouse settings and mouse additional mouse options. I like the pointer speed to be fast. I'm going to apply. Now you can see the pointer speed is actually indeed very fast. So I'm going to use Microsoft Edge to download Google Chrome. click download Google Chrome, download Chrome, and accept and install. So the transferring of the data is going to be done tomorrow. So as for now, all the setup is done. You can see we're already in the machine itself. I just want to add my phone's brightness. So we are back. So when you go to the screen, you can see that the monitor is working fine. I'm just going to lower it down a little bit. Now I'm just going to turn it a bit so we can see the monitor is over here. So just downloading Google Chrome. So I want to save the file. I just want to open the folder and run it as an administrator. I'm going to download the video and edit it and upload it on YouTube so that those who are not able to catch it live on Twitch can still be able to watch the video on YouTube. So don't worry, I still got you covered. For those of you who are on Twitch, on Facebook and YouTube, I got you covered. I'll be uploading the video as well to my channel. So yeah, so it's just that my phone's battery is low. That's why it was overheating and it wanted to like the camera kept on hanging close all the time. So I just want to sign into my Google account. So Google just recognized me automatically. So I'm gonna put the phone onto the power supply while I type in my password. So we can see I've already typed in my password and it's syncing. So I want Google Chrome to be my default browser. So Google is here, so it has all my shortcuts that I've been using. So this is the default theme that I had installed on YouTube. So that is Urban VPN. It's a VPN software that I've been using for a very long time, and it's actually been pretty good. Now when we come to the PC in terms of the rig, this is how everything looks like in the dark, and you can see it actually looks pretty good, pretty neat and pretty decent. Let me just go to the washroom real quick. I'm coming back. So I'm back. I know that the stream has been lagging this because I was using my phone, and I'm really apologizing for any lag that has occurred during the stream. So I'm really apologizing for that. It wasn't my intention for the video or for the stream to lag, but just I apologize for all the lag. So I was showing you, this is how the device looks like in the dark. You can see we have our DDR4, 16 gigs of RGB RAM. We have the two RGB fans, and you can see here it says GeForce GTX. That is the 1660 Ti, the 6GB model, and that's how the device looks in the dark. It looks pretty nice, pretty neat and pretty nifty. Now we want to go to the NVIDIA control panel and see how everything fares on. So I'm gonna go to the NVIDIA control panel, agree and continue. So you can see here it actually says the graphics card GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, and then when you go down here to the bottom where it says system information, you'll be able to see everything about my GPU. So it's memory, as you can see over here, it is let me look for the memory. Oh, here, dedicated video memory, where my mouse is. You can see it's a 6GB graphics card, GDDR6. That is GDDR6, and we can just do a speed test and see how everything is running, but it's not going to be as optimal because I'm streaming, so that's consuming the bandwidth. But you can see my tabs are open by default on Google Chrome. I just typed the wrong thing, my bad. Speedtest.net. So we have over here the speed test. So I'm not really afraid of showing the IP address over here that the speed test is going to give me, because this is not actually my IP address, because when you normally go to your device and open up command prompt and run it as administrator and type in ipconfig, that is going to be the IP address that your internet service provider has given you. So most people, when they normally do a speed test, they tend to hide this IP address, but they don't know that it is not actually their IP address. So let's just do a quick speed test. The ping is 1. We can see the download speed is 570 meg, 500 Mbps, and the ping to the server is 1. This is godlike speeds. And you can see the upload speed is 26.6, let's see. I'm actually going to call a friend of mine, a colleague, to come and verify. Ian, just come and verify the speed test and see that it is actually 500 megabits per second. The download speed 500 megabits per second. Just come and confirm. Even my friend Ian is in disbelief. 550 megabits per second download speed. Ian, you can say hi to the camera. This is also another tech person, and he can clarify that is indeed 547 megabits per second download speed, and the upload speed is 26.42. As you can see it right there.
Correcto.
Yeah, so that is indeed very good internet speeds, and the fact that I'm streaming and the service is still this good makes you see what kind of an internet service provider I have. And I think with that getting said, it is time to end the video. I want to start packing up the boxes that are not being used. Thank you to everyone who tuned into the stream to make it a success. I really apologize for all the stream delays and everything, and the lag a bit in the stream because I was using my phone, but I'm going to get better equipment. And yes, it has been a really good video, upgrading my gaming setup from this chingamajig. So upgrading my gaming setup from this all the way to this that you can see here at the corner. So this has actually been good. Thank you for all those who tuned in to make it a really nice, wonderful and successful stream. I really enjoyed everybody's company. Kadida Senpai, Gooch, Gunnarball. Thank you everybody for tuning in and making the stream a success. And with that being said, it is your Kenyan boy Frankenstein 254, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.